Let's go, street pro, bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and O, sports professor, you know,
Street professor back again, it's game time. A la playa, no playtime, it's play out. Cause we ain't talking about practice like AI. Sports professors spit the best takes out like AI. Artfully intelligent, I can't write mine. Rhyme sliding with girls' DMs like Messi after the goal time. That was a triple entendre, did you catch me rambling? Flipping Simone Biles, we the bottom line champions.
I need my hands.
Let's go, street pro, bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and O, sports professor, you know, Yo, street professor, I'm back, baby, like I never left. Bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and O. Street!
Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Don't me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then the double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish. Same team, I don't set trick. Never dull, this electric. Went and put the Ricks on my toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go. Stay 100, end zone. Keep them coming. I know. I won't flood my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. No. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home.
What's happening?
Yo.
Welcome to the Bottom Line Sports.
Let's go.
1-3-1. 1-3-1. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're here. I'm Blow. That's Ken. Sports professor over there. What up? I'm used to this configuration, so I gotta put it.
I can't hear you very well. You're in your microphone or something.
Yeah, hear me?
Your microphone sounds like it's kind of like blocked a little bit or something.
Okay. Now. Better?
No, sounds the same.
Okay. You hear the music?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, welcome to the show. Let me go to Canteen's favorite music.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the show, episode 131. You hear me better now?
Yeah, a little better now. Yep, a little
Okay.
better.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure. It just sounds like your microphone is kind of like blocked or something, a little muted.
okay. I'm not sure where the mic's at on this thing. All right, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, episode 131. 1.8K on the Facebook group. We're on the place they can find us. So I know they can find us. People can find us in a certain location. I'm trying to figure out where that is.
At the Bottom Line Sports. The Bottom Line Sports.
On X, aka Twitter. Hit that like, share, comment, join the conversation here. Hey, we got our fantasy football starting up. I know Omar's doing his random pick football. I don't know can't remember what you call it, but we're doing our The Bottom Line Sports fantasy football. Doing our ESPN.
Join us.
There's a link in the Facebook page. There's also a link in the chat. I posted again in the Facebook group. We got 3 people in there now. None of the guys here, of course, are in yet. But anyway,
I'll join.
$400 for first place, $200 for second place, and there's a cash app to join and pay the fee. You don't have to pay it right away, but just pay it two days before the draft.
Who won last year, man?
I can't remember who won last year. It was that guy. What's his name? Omar's guy. What's his name?
Who?
Your guy.
One
One of your guys. One of your friends.
And then
I don't know
Omar, who won your league, Omar? Because Omar, you had it where it just auto draft pick. If just auto picked everything and you just play like that, we didn't have. Like,
it's a blind draft league.
Blind draft. Yeah.
I don't remember exactly who won. I think
I
Dwayne won.
was like in second or third place though. That one. That's pretty good over there.
I don't remember. I think it was Dwayne. I think Dwayne won, and my boy Brent came in second. I don't remember who came in third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Anyway, so now we got to set up. You'll get paid this time. You don't have to get your money back. I learned my lesson trying to go through the app to actually collect the money. That's not the way to go. Omar showed me the way. The professor showed me the way to go. All right, so here we go. Let's get into this. Omar, start us off with some MLB news. What you got for us, sports professor?
Well, gentlemen, we are getting into the dog days of August, and there are 18 teams right now within 5 games of a playoff spot, but only 12 teams get to go to the playoffs. So let's run through what's been happening lately. First of all, looking at our standings for the week, you can see that the New York Yankees, after a little bit of happenage, have come back to now tie up the Orioles at the top of the AL East. They are now tied at 67 and 46, a half game behind the Guardians for the best record in the league, and a half game above the Phillies, who own the best record in the National League. So the Yankees with injuries have turned it back around a little bit. The Orioles, I know they are, even though they're having a great season, they're panicking a little bit about the Yankees still, hanging tough with them. I know some of them have been freaking out on social media today. Shout out my boy Peach. But yeah, let's let Canteen take over the rest of the standings while I come back in afterwards.
All right, man. So when we look at the American League East right now, the Orioles and the Yankees are both tied up. They're both 67 and 46. They're both tied up for first place in the American League in the East. And then you have the Red Sox, they're about 6 games behind. And then the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, they're 9 games. And then the Blue Jays have no hope or no future of anything right now. They're 15 and a half games behind. But to really caveat on the American League Central, man, the Guardians have been looking really, really good, 67-45. The Twins are 3.5 games behind at 63-48. The Royals are 5 games behind. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I guess they're probably the worst team in Major League Baseball right now. They were talking about it on Unsportsmanlike this morning. It was Chris Candy, Michelle, and Evan. The White Sox are 27-88. They're 27-88. They are 42 games behind at this point. But the Mariners are good at 59-54. Come on, Omar, don't do that. The Mariners are
Clubber D's White Sox are on track to be worse than the 62 Mets and worse than the 1916 Philadelphia A's. That's how bad they are. They're now lost 21 games in a row.
In a row. That
a record, Omar?
It's getting close. It's getting.
You know what the record is for losing games in a row?
I believe it's 26.
Wow.
But don't quote me on that.
Close.
And
then the Astros are 57-55. They're a game and a half behind. Flo's Rangers are 5 games behind at 54-59. But as we move over to the National League, the Phillies are doing their thing at 66-46. The Braves have made a change of direction. The Braves are actually 5.5 games behind right now. So they're in second place in the National League in the East. The Central hadn't changed much. I mean, the Brewers are still 62-49. You have the Cardinals and the Pirates. They're both tied up for second place in that division. And then the Dodgers are 66-47. But the Padres and the Diamondbacks are both tied up for second place. And the other team from the National League, they are 41-72, so they're 25 games behind. That's the Colorado Rockies.
So,
just to add to that real quick, to amend what I was saying about the White Sox, it's not 26, it's 23 games in a row, and that would tie the 1961 Philadelphia Phillies. So if they lose 3 more games, they will have the record. That being said, what was your question, Flo? My bad.
Yeah, so I was going to say, the Guardians kind of a big surprise, kind of all out the Orioles last year. They were kind of a year ahead. What do you attribute to the success of the Guardians this year? What has helped them kind of come up out of nowhere? But I mean, they were a terrible team that seemed like I don't think everybody expected them to be ahead of the Orioles and be in first place at the beginning of the year.
No, I don't think anyone expected them to be in first place. But as I mentioned last week, the Guardians, they have consistently been a perennial playoff team, at least right there in the wild card, fighting for it every year for the past 7 years, 10 years. So it's not that they're not, but this is the first time, you're right, that they've really been this great, and it's because they put it all together. They got Stephen Kwan, their best hitter. He's hitting, I believe, still over 350. They got a nice, they got a very nice rotation, a staff that will, and remember, in the playoffs, when it comes to the playoffs, you need to have at least 3 dependable starters. If you had 3 good to even great starters, you have a chance in the playoffs. The better pitching you have, especially a top 3 in the playoffs, will determine how far you go. And so, they just put it all together. They are a complete team. But do I think that that's going to continue and that they'll be able to beat the likes of the Yankees or even the Phillies or even the Dodgers, who have been on a little bit of the downswing? No, I don't think they'll be able to do that when it comes playoff time, but we'll see what happens.
That's true.
Well, you got anything, Jake?
Hold on. I believe it's now just a 2-man race between the Guardians and the Yankees. So, Omar, with you saying that, you're practically telling me, in my opinion, that the Yankees are probably favored to go to the MLB championship, right? That's what we're doing? The World Series?
I would say whoever comes out of the AL East, whether that be the U or the Orioles, probably have the best chance. Yes, that's what I would say.
Wow.
But the Guardians are right there. The Guardians are right there behind y'all. So, I mean, it's not like they can't do it. But, yeah, the Yankees are heavily favored, of course. I mean, y'all should be. Y'all have technically a huge, great offense, right? Soto, Judge. Judge is having a better year than he had 2 years ago. He's hitting for more average. He has a better OPS. And he's on track since April 27th to hit 73 home runs. So, you know, Judge is having an even better season than his MVP season. I wish this sun would get out of my face so I don't look so bright. But the Orioles are not going to go away. The Guardians aren't going to go away. And then you got to worry about the Phillies and the Dodgers on the other side. So
right. So are you still, Omar, as a Mets fan, still wanting the Mets to miss the playoffs? They're so close. They're like fighting for that last spot.
First of all, I would appreciate if you don't say those slanderous things about my Mets team like that.
Man.
I have never said such words that have come out of my mouth before. But look, we're in the playoff hunt, baby. We're in the playoff hunt. Let's go, Mets. Let's go, Mets. Let's go, Mets. We turned it around. You're right. I was disappointed at the beginning of the season. I thought we had no chance. But we've turned it around. The trade deadline is over. We can't trade anybody now. So you got to keep it moving. Hopefully we make the playoffs.
Okay.
True.
Okay. That's fair. You got anything for the Professor Canteen?
I'm good, bro. Hit the stats, man. I mean, like Omar said, man, we're in the peak of the baseball season, man. I mean, you pretty much can say August has just started, man. Before you know it, football season will kick off, and then we'll be in the brink, man. It'll be playoffs and divisional rounds and things like that when it comes to baseball. So, a lot of good baseball left, man.
One other thing, and I hate, how much I hate the Yankees. So I hate to even harp praise on them, and I think I've been harping way too much praise on them already. But they traded for Jazz Chisholm at the trade deadline, and he only went on to hit back-to-back 2 home run games, and he's come out with 4 home runs and 9 RBIs in his first week as a Yankee, and has completely turned his season around. So shout out to him.
Looking great.
Yeah, so let's just move on to Olympics. The USA has gone back on top with 23 gold medals. Overall, 85 medals ahead of everybody by quite a bit, but we're in a kind of a neck and neck with China for gold medals. We've got 23, China has 22. We have 31 silver and China has 20. So it's a kind of a race for who gets the most gold medals. Professor, anything you want to point out with the Olympics? A lot of stuff that happened: gymnastics, track and field. Noah Lyles won for the USA in the 100 in a photo finish. For that matter, a photo finish for the 100. Any other highlights you'd like from the Olympics?
Yeah, definitely shout out Noah Lyles from the DMV area. So shout out to him. Shout out to Gabby Douglas, who won the 200 meter today. The first American woman to have a gold medal in 200 meters since Allison Felix, about 15 years ago that was now, or whatever that was, 15 years ago. That's 2008. So, big shout out to her. Big shout out to, I don't know his first name. I don't want to just make up some random Caucasian name just because he's Caucasian, but his last name was Hawker, and he was a long distance runner who was back in like 4th or 5th place around the turn, and came back to beat everybody, including the favorites, crossing the line right ahead of the favorite to win the gold medal in what I believe may have been the 1500 meter. I'm not sure.
Yeah, 1500, probably. You're right.
Okay, yeah, and I don't remember his first name. I apologize, sir, but awesome performance. Let's see what else with the U.S. is going on.
Basketball's kicking off.
Yeah, I was about to say shout out to the U.S. basketball team. Obviously, they are in the quarterfinals. They are going up against Brazil. On the other side of the bracket is where you have France, where you have Canada, where you have Germany. You also still have Serbia in the mix. So they still have a tough road. It's not going to be easy, but we expect them to win.
Right. And is Dwayne Wade still doing that? He is all over LeBron and gushing and gooing over LeBron, man. Can we get somebody else in there who's with some objectivity, please?
I agree. D-Wade, take your ass home, sucker. Take your ass.
It's terrible. I mean, it's obvious who he's.
You might want to hear that LeBron.
What's wrong with him gushing over LeBron?
Oh, come on.
Because
man.
every time, like I was watching the game today, he was like, "Oh, is that number 5 coming in? Is that number 5 coming?" Like, sit down, man. You
He's gushing over him, man. It's crazy.
It's
man. Almost embarrassing.
We're watching greatness play.
Oh man.
Is that his friend or his girlfriend? I'm confused.
Might be.
Stop, Omar. Stop hating on this guy. He's looking up to a guy that he's looking up to his old teammate. He sees that he's still doing great things. This man's a legend.
It's probably the only
greatest
championship he's going to get the rest of his career.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe he's just who he is, and he showed he's just LeBron's lackey, and he just wants to hold his hand the rest of his life.
Hey, and the only reason is because he's got what he usually has. He wins a championship is a stacked team. He's got a stacked team now, so now he's gonna win.
Dwayne Wade is a bum.
You know what I've noticed? LeBron is still the best player in the league. It's what I just saw.
Saved him a couple of times.
Wait.
That is not true at all.
Now let me caveat on what Jake just said, man. Jake, now you made a point, LeBron is this and that. Now, let me ask you this. I know we're talking basketball. Now, J.J. Redick has solidified his coaching staff. Is J.J. Redick head coach? He has a young lady by the name of Lindsey Harding. He got Scott Brooks, used to coach at Portland. Portland Trailblazers, and then he brought in Nate McMillan, the coach from used to coach for the Atlanta Hawks. So what's your take on that, Jake? Since you said LeBron is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and what do you think about the new coach?
I tried to warn y'all this over a month ago. I think that was the most underrated hire of all time, and let me tell you why.
Steve Kerr.
Look at Steve Kerr. Absolutely. If you see Steve Kerr and how he formed himself into a former player and evolved into a great head coach, we're about to see the same exact thing with J.J. Redick.
Oh, wow.
I think by far, at least, the Lakers make the Western Conference.
Every day.
And that is true.
All right. Well, now that we've let Jake act like Dwayne Wade of the show, let's listen to. I don't have my echo machine, but the professor's mixed bag.
Yes, sir. First things first. From the mixed bag, we want to take it back to what we were just talking about, the Olympics, real quick for a quick shout out to Mr. Captain America. Forget Captain L'America or whatever they named LeBron. No, I'm talking about the true captain of Team USA, Kevin Durant, who is now in his 4th Olympics and passed Lisa Leslie for the #1 top scorer in U.S. basketball history with 488 points. Shout out to Team USA's Captain America, Kevin Durant.
I think you got to
still lighting up the scoreboard.
I think you got his name wrong, Omar. A more improved Rudy Gay. Is that what you were saying?
What? I don't think that's what I said at all, actually.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying.
Come on, Jake.
You and your Rudy Gay take. You got to let that one go, Jake.
Really got to let me go.
That's going to be
that's a bad one.
That's one of your worst takes I've ever heard.
Oh, no.
Dude.
That's going to be fine like wine.
I've heard some pretty bad ones. That's pretty
Dude,
bad.
you got clowned on this show, and then you immediately went to another show right after, tried to give the same opinion to them, and then they completely clowned you as well. And yes, shout out to my man.
He actually was very open and honest and very kind of thinking.
Oh,
Jake's got a point.
Here we go.
Here we go.
That's all I'm saying, Omar.
Shout out to Tony the Savant. I was on his show last night, so y'all go check that out. If you want. of the mixed bag. There you go.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, Jake, let's go. All right, so let's move on. We're going to do a lot of NFL today. So before we get into this NFL, there's something near and dear to the sports professor. John Gruden recently lost, about a month or two ago, lost his case against the NFL. So it's going to go to arbitration. So basically, Roger Goodell gets to decide what kind of punishment he gets. The short of it, but he's got one more appeal. But recently, we know last year he was seen at the Saints camp last year in some Saints gear. And then this past week, he was seen at the Chiefs training camp sporting some Chiefs gear. Supposedly, he's being hired to consult for the Kansas City Chiefs of all people. John Gruden, sports professor. How does this make you feel to see the great John Gruden, whom you still want to coach the team, there on the sideline with the Chiefs?
In the immortal words of Julius Caesar, et tu, Brutus? Et tu? Is this how you do me, John Gruden? You just gonna go play? You just gonna go behind my back and stab me while you cavort with the enemy?
There is new reports that what's his name? Mark Davis didn't really fight for Gruden like he should have. He could have fought for him a little more. He kind of caved to the NFL pressures.
Yeah.
Fired him.
I think that's part of the reason, as he saw Chucky as one of the worst hires in history, because it was a 10-year deal, mind you. Remember that. It was not a short deal. And boy, did the NFL save his ass from that terrible deal.
Dude, we were on the upswing. We were about to be a playoff team.
And to your point, Omar, they were 3-0, and at one point in one of the seasons, they were the first team to beat 3 10-win playoff teams from the season before. That was the first time that happened.
Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. Your Super Bowl was there. You beat 10
and that's
teams.
never happened.
What up, bro?
Shut up, man. Come on, man.
I'll cap in and subscribe to Tony the Savant. But look, I agree. John Gruden.
It's crazy, Omar, how though only his emails got leaked.
That's crazy.
His emails kept getting leaked.
I'm not saying there's a conspiracy behind it. There is.
What?
All I'm saying is they saved Mark Davis's ass because he made one of the worst coaching hirings of all time. 10 years to this guy that hasn't done shit in what? How long? What
people keep bringing him onto the sidelines, Jake.
2003?
The Saints had him last year. The Chiefs have him there this year. Omar, what do you think? Does this mean that maybe next year, possibly, he gets another head coaching job?
No, he's done.
Well, he's getting a head coaching job again at some point.
Yeah, he definitely will.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
There's no way that he doesn't come back. Like you said,
the dude is talented, man. He's multi-versed. Man,
right.
He's a great coach, man. He just
and the players love him. There's even
Flo, can I have a better argument that he was a better broadcaster than head coach? Could I say that?
No, you cannot say that.
Come on, think about that. Look at you. You're starting to think. Come on. He was
I don't know if that's true.
Good commentator. I give him that.
He is a championship winning coach. He's been to 4 conference finals. What are you talking about?
A part of me feels he won with Dungy's players. That's all I'm going to say.
Come on.
But his Raiders team went to 3 consecutive conference championships and should have won. So what are you talking about right now?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. That didn't do crap.
Come on, Jake.
Whatever. Anyways, look. This is what's going to happen. John Gruden is consulting with these teams. Eventually, he's going to come back. If Antonio Pierce doesn't do well, it could be with the Raiders. So, anyways, he's going to come back. It don't matter. You think that sexist and racist remarks and emails are going to keep somebody out of a job? It's not. Not in the NFL.
And they were very, very mild remarks. They weren't like super racist and sexist.
At least half of the ownership in the league are old white racists. Like, what are we talking about right now?
And it was a personal email. It wasn't, you say things in your personal emails you may not say in public.
And why did that come out? Because they were investigating Dan Snyder and Bruce Allen, punk butt Bruce Allen leaked the emails because of the Dan Snyder investigation. He didn't want to get in trouble.
And there were quite a few. I hate to bring in race, but quite a few black players that stuck up for Gruden and said, "I've never seen a racist bone in his body. I've never seen him be racist, act racist, say anything racist."
But again,
I don't know why.
It's not like
hasn't done crap in a span of 2 decades. That's what frustrates me.
Well, obviously, people have respect for his knowledge and skills, or they wouldn't keep bringing him in.
Oh man, hey, be a consultant. So is Eric Mancini. Are we giving him a head coaching job?
Well, he's a defensive guy, but I think.
Come on, Jay.
That is a good point, though. It's a good point.
Gosh,
that's a good point too, Tony.
Now, Tony made a good point. Yeah, Ray Rice. Yeah. And let him back, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Did he ever get to play again?
I think he did.
I don't know if he got to play.
I don't know. I think he did come back like a few years later, and he was like
he
a
came back briefly
for a little bit.
Briefly, but it was. I mean, that just.
It wasn't anything spectacular.
Yeah, nothing to speak of. All right, so let's move on. I think some professors suffered enough with the Gruden talk. So the NFL's top 100.
Boy, was this a disgrace.
Were named. So in order from 10 to 1, Max Crosby made number 10. Travis Kelce 9, T.J. Watt made number 8, Trent Williams number 7, Chris Jones 6, Myles Garrett 5, Patrick Mahomes 4, Christian McCaffrey number 3, Lamar Jackson number 2, and Tyreek Hill, the number 1 player in the NFL. Fellas, start with Canteen. Anyone too high, too low, or does not belong in this top 10? Canteen, what do you think?
Man, I like where Max Crosby is. I think you could drop Travis Kelce down a little bit more, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Travis Kelce had a phenomenal season, man. He definitely. Myles Garrett had a decent year. Trent Williams, does he play for San Fran, right?
Yeah.
Not too bad. Chris Jones was the defensive player that played for I think they signed him. Kansas City signed him to a long-term deal out there. Man, Lamar Jackson at 2. I probably would have Mahomes at 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even a question. I probably would go Mahomes 1, Lamar 2, probably put Tyreek at 3. If I had to rate him at 3.
Move Christian down to 4. Christian McCaffrey.
Probably move Travis Kelce to 4. Then McCaffrey, probably put McCaffrey at 5.
Okay. What do you think of this top 10, Omar?
You're on mute.
Let Jake go first while I figure out this camera issue I'm having.
All right, Jake. What do you think? Anybody too high, too low?
Well, hold on. Let me go with the issue on this. First off, I don't know why Aaron Rodgers was on the list. He played one play and was injured the second you got to go get yourself a bag of Ruffles and come back to the screen. So I don't know how he made number 92.
You know all about that, don't you, Frito-Lay boy?
Yeah. Boy, was that bad. Here's the second part. How the hell is Lamar number 2 and he's not even the best quarterback in his division? Does that make sense to y'all? Because that don't make sense to me.
I mean, he won the MVP.
I'm tired of this MVP talk.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Man with another MVP, and he don't.
And if you say Joe Burrow, who was injured,
I'm done hearing about
you're
who was better than him in the division?
Right.
Who was better than him last year?
Joe Burrow got hurt in the midseason, but he's not better than Burrow. He's not better than Burrow.
Yes, he is. If Burrow can't stay healthy, then he is, because the best ability is availability.
That's true.
Omar.
Joe Burrow has to.
Is Lamar had his fair share of injuries? Yes or no, Omar?
But
and he's still the MVP twice, not once, but twice the MVP of the
Omar.
Okay, and Joe Burrow ain't won nothing either. So what are you talking about?
Right there, right there.
But Jake,
so is Lamar Jackson. What are you
Come on, Jake.
But Jake, Joe Burrow is like 8-2 again. I mean, Lamar's like 8-2 against Joe Burrow's team.
Who's had a better team? Stop that! I don't want to hear that. That Ravens team should have already won a Super Bowl by now.
Who's had better receivers?
Who's got a better defense in the running game? What are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about?
Good. I don't want to hear that. Here's the other point. Why is Tyreek Hill number one? I get it. And don't worry. You watched last week's episode. Boy, did I bash that piece of trash, the quarterback for the Dolphins. What the heck is his name? Tua. Boy,
I think that was a mistake.
That was a mistake, too.
Trash. I don't know why they paid him that much money. But the fact that you got a wide receiver who relies on other people to give him the – no matter, in my opinion, quarterback should be in the top 15 automatically, no doubt. Here's another point, too. Why is Tyreek Hill number one? Why is Joe Burrow so far away? And why is Patrick Mahomes number 4? Here's my point on this. If you really think about it, Mahomes didn't have a good season. He didn't have a good season. Man, the Chiefs were practically blueprinted out. The Broncos gave you everything you needed to know about them.
What did you just say? Can someone please get this man off of the helium?
Super Bowl, that guy
what was that? What did you just say? You sound like two mice yelling at each other. Two mises.
Win the Super Bowl.
He won the Super Bowl. But that wasn't really because of what he did.
What is happening?
That was
what are we doing?
You wouldn't give to that.
Andy Reid's
coaching. Man wouldn't give to win a Super Bowl, right?
No, I'm just calling a spade a spade. This is the top 100 for last season. He didn't get good until the playoffs started, and he looked decent.
This is the top 100 coming into this season.
Yes, and they're going off of what last season did for them. They're going off of
they have to go by the whole. They can't go off of last season because Aaron Rodgers.
There's a reason they went off of last season because they put Lamar above them, and Lamar won MVP. There's no way. I don't want to hear that. Aaron Rodgers should not be on there. I keep saying that. That's embarrassing. Man was in there for 2 plays. Walked in. He was sitting on the couch with me after 2 plays. He did what I did all season. Stop that.
Hey, be careful. Be careful how you talk bad about quarterbacks getting hurt, Jake. How you talk bad about other people's quarterbacks.
I'm just calling a spade a spade. Hey, my quarterback's
your spade might get spade.
I can't wait for all to show up.
Something may happen out there in Denver for Jake.
No, I'm just calling a spade. I don't know how he's in the top 100. Didn't do crap all year. My point is this. NFL players, please, start being realistic. Please. That's what I'm trying to say, Tony. The Chiefs defense did everything, did the hard lifting. They're the ones that hold Lamar like
maybe
that.
During the season, but in the playoffs.
What? Oh my gosh!
Patrick
what
Mahomes.
are you talking about?
What?
How?
Are you serious?
Why do you sound like Fran Drescher, son? What is wrong with you? You sound like you grew up on the manual. Why are you
Mr. Chef?
No, man.
Anyways, let me stop this nonsense right now.
Add some level to the conversation.
Everyone, if you would like a very not only spirited but intellectual debate, unlike what you just heard with the blasphemous nonsense spewing out of Jake's trash hole, if you really want some good debate, go check out Tony and I's episode from last night where we debate this exact top 10 list, and you will hear us go through it all. But I will give you the synopsis of what I said on his show.
I'm going to get on Tony's show and tell him that too. I hope he agrees with me on this crap.
This is how this is going to go. First of all, Max Crosby needs to be moving up the list. He had more sacks, more QB pressures, more QB hits, more tackles for losses than Chris Jones. So you move Chris Jones all the way to 10, or you can move him to 9 if you move T. Kelsey back to 10. By the way, baby, when you're ready, you want to come back to Nashville to your love, I get rid of the meathead and come on home. That being said, Travis Kelsey did not even break 100 yards, so he can't be higher than 9 or 10 for me. So I'm moving Max Crosby up. TJ Watt, 19 sacks. In my opinion, should have been the defensive player of the year over Myles Garrett, but Myles Garrett had a great year too, so that's up for debate. That being said, I'm moving TJ Watt up the list as well. Who else am I moving up the list? Trent Williams. I'm sorry. If you're a refrigerator who, seconds as a grizzly bear, mauling fools up and down the damn. Like, come on now. There's no like this. He's the best offensive lineman in the league, hands down. If you did not know this, no. Check this out.
Fair to be 7.
Check this out, Flo. I got a good professor's fact for you.
Okay.
How many sacks did Trenton Williams allow last season? Big fat 0 sacks allowed last season. He faces the best pass rushers week in.
I think we had
week
2.
out.
I think we had 2 offensive linemen last year that did that.
Well, that's great. I appreciate the other one. Our professor needs to know who that is, and he doesn't. So I apologize. That being said, I'm moving him up to 4. So that means Patrick Mahomes is going down to a later round.
Down?
Sugar, we're going down swinging.
Serious?
Hey. Yeah, of course. Patrick Mahomes had his worst season of his career. He threw 14 interceptions.
That's what I don't understand.
I know his wide receiver core was trash. I know they dropped a lot of balls, but he still had 14 interceptions. He threw for barely 4,100 yards, which, by the way, every quarterback throws for 4,000 yards now. I could throw Dan Orlowski out there with me coaching him, and he'd throw for 4,000 yards.
Man. No.
Now.
Dan Orlowski
Mahomes
ran out of the back of the end zone.
Orlowski?
Patrick Mahomes. Man, you can put me out there, and I'm going to throw for 3,000 yards if you give me a good enough line. All right. So Patrick Mahomes is moving down, all the way down to at least 7.
I've seen you throw football, Omar. You're not throwing for 3,000 yards.
No.
And you know what? Look, that's not true at all. But you know what? What is funny here is I agree with both of you because the players voted on this list, but what are we really voting on? Because if you're voting from last year, you can't have Patrick Mahomes at number 4. He statistically had one of his worst seasons.
That's what I tried to say.
But if you're saying that you're taking the career as a whole, right? Then that's where you get that legacy, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I don't
want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. If that's the case, then don't give me a list of new people because people that are players be on there. They don't have a legacy.
I'm agreeing with you.
I think they have to be taking the hold of someone's career. Otherwise, Rodgers, to Jake's point, who had 2 plays, would not have made the list. So you have to be considering the entire career. And if you're considering the entire career, plus last year, you have to put Mahomes. You can't move him down.
Stop that.
Well, the fact
I think what you need to do is you need to go year by year and who improved. I don't know why Jared Goff's not in the top 10. He took a team that the Lions haven't been in any kind of playoff formation.
Jared Goff?
Win. I'm calling a spade a spade. He hasn't been in the Lions have not been in the playoffs since Barry Sanders. I was 2 years old. Barry Sanders was the last time they were in the playoffs. Give Jared Goff his credit, man. He's a top 10 all-time player in this league.
I believe Matt Stafford took him to the playoffs once or twice.
They never won.
But I'm just saying, you said the last time they were in the playoffs.
He said last time. He said last time was
Matt Stafford took them.
Barry Sanders.
But they didn't win anything.
Right,
what
but
I'm
you
saying
said
is
the last time they were in the playoffs, so you misspoke, I guess.
Okay, then. The last time they actually meant something and they won.
They won a game, maybe, yeah.
They won 2.
I'm just saying a game at least. Yeah.
He did something that Matt Stafford never did. Win something for the Lions.
It's a team sport, so you guys are giving the defense, the Chiefs credit. So you have to give the whole team credit, not just Jared Goff. Quarterback wins is almost it's too much.
He's got St. Brown and a bunch of random guys. I'm sorry.
And granted, quarterbacks get too much credit when they win and too much blame when they lose. But it is one of the most important positions, so I see that. But it is a team sport. They can't play defense, right? They can't catch the ball. They can only do what they can do. So they are dependent on each other.
Everybody's dependent on somebody, Flo. But at the same time, Jared Goff improved. He improved a whole team. 2 years ago, this was a laughing stock of the league.
Did he improve a team, or did he have players around him? Just like,
oh man, come on, Flo. We're not doing
that. Just like Tua. You think Tua's trash, but he has good players around him.
All I know is this: Jared Goff has been in 2 different systems, and he's made it to the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl in 2 different systems.
Has he won a Super Bowl?
So that's a hard thing to do. We got Lamar
Well,
up there.
okay, but you're saying he gets credit, so shouldn't he get
Right
blamed for
now,
not
in the
winning the
current
big
state
game?
of mind, counting out the legends, counting out Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, the new one, name a quarterback that's won a Super Bowl right now.
Matt Stafford?
That's a legend already. Move the legends out. I'm
legend?
talking about 10 years
What?
under.
A water? He's a what?
Legend.
He's a legend.
He's going to be a legend in the league.
Okay. Oh my.
Okay, that's
Matthew
a
Stafford's
legend.
not going to the Hall of Fame?
I mean, he's going to the Hall of Fame probably. I don't know.
It's a legend.
He's not going. He's not going to the Hall of Fame. He is not going to the Hall of Fame.
Hey, did you win a Super Bowl? Right now, currently, there's only 3 quarterbacks, I think, that have won a Super Bowl.
You have to win more than 1 Super Bowl. You have to win at least 2.
Well, hey, count A-Rod out. Then we ain't giving A-Rod credit, right, Omar?
You look. If you don't win multiple Super Bowls, you have to be extraordinary, like Dan Marino or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you can't be no scrub. You can't be Matthew Stafford and be in the Hall of
Well,
Fame.
Matthew
unless
Stafford,
you-
to be fair, Omar, he's not a scrub.
Don't say he's Dan Marino.
But he's
Nah,
not
he's not a Marino now.
All I'm
But
saying is Jared
better than
Goff
Goff.
has done something. Look, if we're putting the Hurts,
I mean, that's not hard to do.
the
Jared
Lamar's
Goff
up
isn't that
there.
great.
I don't know why Goff's not up
What are you
there.
talking about?
Well, he's making.
Yeah,
the
if
case
you're just taking into account last season, possibly. But again, we don't know what they're doing here because it looks like it's a mix of the two, and it's really weird.
The slap in the face, man.
You're a slap in the face to all of our guests and our watchers with your crappy takes. Even
Dan
though
Marino's a legend. I don't know if that
says
was a
you had a
legend.
good take here.
No, it's facts, man.
You know what, Omar? I think I positioned Jake very well because the comments always cover his face, so we don't have to see him.
Dan
I
Marino.
like that. I like that. That makes
No, it's just
That-
true.
that makes me very happy.
Perspective, man.
Especially when I could put SP Cooks right over his face.
Yeah, he said,
Right.
say Cook. Omar, okay.
Sports Professor Cook
Right over.
yesterday. Sports Professor cooking.
Thank
Who
you,
won the-
Tony.
Who
Thank
did
you.
win the MVP that year that Matt Stafford won
When
the
the
Super Bowl?
When the
I think
It
Cooper
was
Cup?
Cooper Cup.
Was it Mahomes?
Oh, Cup.
No, it was Cooper Cup.
No, he's talking about Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, the MVP.
The Rams. Yeah. It was Cup.
Rams won. Cup.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So, any final thoughts on this list? I think we've torn.
Oh,
up.
I never said my top 3, but they're all
Oh, okay.
they're all the same. I'm fine with the top 3 how they are. I'm fine with that. It doesn't matter. You could put
What?
those top 3 in any. You could put those top 3 in any order, and I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay.
Wow.
C-Mac's too high, in my opinion. I don't want to hear that.
I could
Well,
I could
I
see
definitely
C-Mac
agree.
being number 1. He is the prototypical back that you want. He catches passes
I
out the
don't know.
backfield. He
I
led
have
the
a
league
whole
in
separate issue
he
with
led
that.
the league in
Boy, what
scrimmage
they're-
yards and touchdowns last year.
All I'm saying, Omar, is they're screwing Brandon Ayuk right now, and boy, are they going to hurt themselves. You watch.
But you know the thing about Ayuk, man. Ayuk got offers
probably
from
true.
either the Patriots were interested in him and
Damn
the
right,
Browns.
Jay. Yeah, damn right. We're about to see what happens whenever you lose a top
Yeah,
receiver like
those
that.
teams were interested in him, man. And then they were talking
Shit,
about
if I'm Denver, I go out there and try and grab him.
possibly what's the kid now? Cooper.
Oh, you are Denver.
Armani Cooper probably going out to the 49ers. But the Browns just be signing to a nice deal.
I'll call my boy Shawnee. See what he wants to do. We'll find out.
Find out. Go. Make sure y'all go get Ayuk there.
Whoever picks him up is gonna be wise. I mean, I thought the other day when him and John Lynch were talking, I thought John Lynch was gonna go and ink his deal, man. But I don't know what the hell these guys are going on. Same way I feel about Dallas too, Flo. Like, I mean, we got to make something happen, man. They haven't signed CD. They
They're
haven't
gonna
signed
sign
Tag.
Tony, he had the team around him, Tony.
They're going
Come
to
on,
sign.
man. Be real on that.
Speaking of the Cowboys, as long as you brought up the Cowboys, so a lot of speculation. Dak has said some things. The owners have not offered him a contract. If they're going to offer him a contract, it made more sense to give him a contract before some of these other guys got paid. Now, if they don't get a contract signed before the beginning of the season, Dak has all the power. He can go out and be a free agent. He doesn't have to. He's got a no-trade clause. So is this Dak's last year? What do you guys think as a Cowboy?
We love you, Finn.
Who you want to go first?
I'll go first. I mean,
Okay.
Go ahead, Jake.
I'll go first, man. I think this is probably his last year there, man. I mean, just looking at some of the training camp stuff. I mean, Trey Lance.
What if they go to the Super Bowl?
Shut up, man.
That's a.
Come
I
on,
mean,
Eno.
Flo.
If that were to happen.
So Flo, let's be realistic, man. I know I get on our.
No. I'm just saying, if they made it to the Super Bowl, you think it's still his last year?
No, if he makes the NFC Championship game, he will stay locked into Dallas.
Okay.
They're gonna have to pay him. They're gonna have to, as far as what Jake just said, if he makes it that far or even get to the Super Bowl, they're gonna have to do something to restructure him.
Okay.
But like I said in the back of my mind, man, I think that Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders, that they're working behind the scenes. I'm telling you, Shedeur Sanders is gonna have a star on his helmet next season, man. I feel real confident about that.
Hey, I'm okay with that, I guess. What do you think, Omar? Is this Dak's last year with the Cowboys?
No, I don't believe so. I believe that
Okay.
Jerry Jones will bite down the bullet and pay when he realizes that he's going to have to pay this money and or draft a rookie quarterback. How well does that work out? How good are the future, draft classes? They're the quarterback classes. They're not looking as strong as last year's. So if it's me, and again, he's not me, I'm not him. So you're probably right. He'll probably get rid of Dak because he doesn't consider him to be a valuable commodity. But I do. So please, Jerry Jones, get rid of Dak so he can come to the Raiders.
Right. I think the Raiders were one team. I'm trying to think of the other team.
He's not going to the Raiders.
That
Why not?
possibly might get him.
That division's already as hard as it can be with both.
He doesn't get to choose. He gets
Patrick
traded.
Mahomes,
He's going to get
Justin
traded to who he
Herbert.
gets traded to. Wait, you don't think Jerry Jones is just going to
He's
let
not
him
going
walk?
to get traded.
He's
Omar.
not going to get traded, Omar.
This is his
He
last
gets-
year.
He's just
He
going to let him
becomes a
walk?
free agent. He becomes a free
wow.
agent.
I
Yes,
trade him.
so
at
Omar.
least.
If they don't
I
sign
trade
him
him.
before
He's
the
in the
year,
hardest division in football. You don't want to see Bo
Do you want
Nix,
to trade him before
Patrick
the
Mahomes,
season
and
starts?
Justin Herbert.
If you're not, if he's not planning on re-signing him, if Dak, depending on how Dak is playing near the trade deadline, I may think about trading Dak if he's having a down season.
But you
would
can't
think.
trade him once the season starts because he's a free agent at that point.
Why? You can't trade a short-term free agent?
No one's
Why
going to
can't
give you anything for him.
I mean, you're not going to get a first-round pick, but if you can get
I
like a
don't see
third-round
it
gonna
pick,
trade
happening
him
now.
for
I think
nothing.
Jerry has more class with that, Omar. Come on, man. That's been his quarterback for almost
That's what I'm saying.
going
You're
on
not
9
going to
years.
trade a
oh,
guy
so he's just going to let him walk
contract.
in this class, just like he did with Ezekiel Elliott, just like he did with all of his other players?
I
He
don't see
care.
him trading him.
I mean, he
mid-season.
all they
to be
are is
fair,
another
he
number to
overpaid
him.
Zeke. He paid Zeke.
All they are is another worker, another number to him. He don't care about them. He's a billionaire. He don't care.
Here's
about
what
them.
I'll say. It all depends on your season. Now, I will say this for sure. Boy, is it going to be tough to be a Cowboys fan this year. Y'all not going over 9 games winning this year. Sorry, Flo. Sorry, Canteen. Can't wait to laugh in your face.
Oh,
Put some
Omar.
money on that, Jake. We're going to win more than 9 games.
Oh, no. I don't have y'all over 9 wins this season, and boy, am I going to love every minute of it.
When are we going to do this? Remember how we did last year?
Yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna
we
do-
gotta
yeah,
do
we-
our we gotta do our
we
win
gotta start
pick.
doing that.
Our win pick.
Absolutely. But
We got to do this probably 2 weeks
Each
out,
division.
maybe, because I think we have our draft the week prior to the season, so we have to do
that's
this
fine with me.
before that.
You're not winning 9. Here's the key point.
Come on, Jake.
Mike McCarthy gets fired, no doubt.
That's
I'm
probably
going to
true.
say this, and I'm going to say this clearly. If Bill Belichick gets hired, he's going to tell Jerry to keep Dak. If you get any other coach, I think you do move on from Dak Prescott. I think the only way Dak stays, and I'll say it one more time, he gets to the NFC Championship game. I might even say this. Or he beats the Niners in the playoffs. I think if y'all beat the Niners in the playoffs, Jerry gets his hopes all up again and says, we're right there. Something has to happen.
I think only way he saves his job is if we make it to the Super Bowl.
Well, you
That's
better
the
count that
only
out real quick, buddy, because I don't even see y'all in the offs this year. If y'all do, y'all are 7th pick.
No, I'm just
Done.
saying. I'm not saying we will make it to the Super
17.
Bowl, but I'm saying that's the only way Dak doesn't get signed with the Cowboys.
It's horrendous, man.
Because
Talk
there's
about
reports
for a
that they
fan,
offered
a
him
team of mediocrity.
$55 million a year.
I don't think he deserved
That-
it. I get
I
that.
don't think so either, but I'm saying
But what
$55 million.
the
per
biggest
year.
point, and
He
Omar
didn't
said it
take it.
earlier. What the hell are you grabbing? You're not going to be that low to grab that bad to grab Shedeur.
But what I'm saying is, I think they offered Dak an offer because Dak's looking for $60 million plus, and they gave him an offer that they knew he wouldn't take.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
that
so
was
too. I think they
60.
show it to the fans, say, hey, we offered him something, whatever.
Exactly.
He
I
doesn't
think
take
it's
it.
all, hey, we tried to work with him, he didn't want it. $55 million is a
know
lot
the
of
game.
money.
We know how it's played.
Nah, man. Nah, Flo. To be honest, Flo, he wants $60 million, man.
That's what I'm saying. And they
They
offered
deserve
him
it,
a
but,
$55 million.
It depends on what
contract.
spot you're at, man. And right now, this draft class of the quarterbacks for this coming up season is not as good as last one. So,
We'll see.
y'all giving him an upper hand like no other right now.
We're winning at least 11 games this year.
You're crazy.
Right now.
Boy, you got to have some liquor behind you or something. That's all I'm going to say.
We got the same team. We didn't really lose anything.
You got the same team. What are you talking about? You got the same team.
We got
That looks like crap
almost
now.
exact same team.
You know what's sad? I got Cowboy fans coming up to me saying, "Hey man, Zeke looks like 2016 Zeke." What? How come
No,
he don't look like
doesn't.
that for the
He
Patriots?
doesn't, but he's better in the short yardage. He's better in the goal line.
Oh man, get
he
out
had
of here.
last year.
Hey, congrats on converting 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 7 because he's great at short yardage. Good job.
No, we're talking about converting 3 and 1 or 4th and goal or 3rd and goal.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. They're not going
That
to
boy
bring
is
him
out
in
of
to
shape.
get
He's out of it.
7 yards. They're
sorry.
going to bring him in to get the short yards. They're going to bring him in to pass protect because he's great at pass protection.
Boy is reminiscent.
We have other backs that can play and get to pick up yards and split time with him. He's not going to be the lead back. He's going to come in situational.
So who's your lead back then?
Yardage.
Who's your lead back then?
It'll be Rico Dowdle
Who the hell's that?
or Malik Davis.
Nah, man.
They're no.
I hate we lost Pollard, man. Like, Pollard was the
Pollard.
glue
Boy,
that
we're just naming anybody off the depth chart.
They're
Bro.
no worse than Pollard was last year.
Just naming anybody off the depth chart, bro.
Deuce Vaughn is there.
PJ Armstrong. Come on,
Who is that?
Rico Dowdle and Malik Davis, if you're a Cowboy fan.
Boy, I
they've been on
can't.
the team
I can't
for at
wait
least
to
2 or
throw
3
y'all
years.
whenever y'all get your Cowboy show going on with good old Allen, and I can't wait to ask that boy as well. Hey, bro, who y'all starting over there in RB?
He knows more of the players than I do. He knows.
Let me start naming some 6-string guys.
We still got Ferguson. We're gonna sign CD. I like our wide receivers. We got Brandon Cooks is back. Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, Kayvon Turpin. They're gonna start using him some more.
Yeah.
We got a good group of wide receivers. If you with or without CD, but
You sure? Yeah, with or without. Don't say without. Boy, do not say
With
without.
or without
Because if
CD.
that's the case, boy, y'all
With
gonna
or
look like
without.
some pedestrian receivers. Y'all gonna look like Lubbock's receivers. Come on, man. Some high
Come
school
on,
receivers.
man. What? Jake,
Lubbock
really?
High. Hey, if anybody knows Lubbock High, quit putting down Lubbock High. They don't have a good football team. They never had a good football team. That's why he's
Cobra Kai.
no Lubbock High.
One of the worst football teams of all time, and we ain't won since the 50s.
Anything that comes from Lubbock sounds like it's going to be one of the worst things.
Hey,
of all time.
come on now.
Oh.
Hey.
Whoa!
Better stop.
Who said
Now,
that?
all right. So
Who
let's move on to
said
the Cowboys. We'll get one of our last subjects. So
That's
Justin
probably
Fields-
where Rico Duato comes from. Is Lubbock.
Rico
Patrick Mahomes
Duato,
comes
bro.
there, so can't be too bad.
That might be Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
No, Rico
Yo,
Dowdle-
He finally got his
Yo.
chance. He
Put
Yo,
some
Jay,
respect
Jay,
on
Jay,
Rico Dowdle's
Yo,
name,
Jay,
man.
Flo,
Golly.
Flo
gun,
said
man.
that. Flo said that with all of his chest. He was like, Rico's running. Who the
Malik Davis, Rico Dowdle. We got Deuce Vaughn back. Come on.
Who
We got
is
a decent group.
who the deuce is Malik
But as I
Davis?
told you, Flo, like I said, I made those predictions the other day, man. I think with our first 5 games, we got the Browns, the Saints, we got the Ravens, and then we got the Giants.
That might be a win. That's
And then
battle,
we got
battle for
Pittsburgh.
bottom seed.
I
You
said
should
we'll be
talk.
good.
You ain't gonna win but 6-7 games.
Hey, excuse me, gentlemen, gentlemen.
You're lucky you win 9
But
games.
boy, is Bo Nix making a name
excited
for
if you
himself
win
in
9
training camp. That's
Come
all
on.
I'm gonna say. I can't wait.
Gentlemen.
Is Bo Nix gonna start?
Absolutely. And I told y'all that
And
was
you're
gonna
gonna
happen.
struggle. You're gonna struggle.
Oh, stop.
He's not CJ Stroud, man.
All I'm gonna say is, remember this: 2 years ago, week 1, we came into the season playing the Seahawks and lost. Hey, good job, Russ. You suck. You can't even keep your job. Can't even keep your job in Steeler land. Here's my point.
Okay.
Bo Nix is about to do the exact opposite and take the first dub in Seattle. We're gonna make the 12th man look like crap. Can't wait.
Right now, how many y'all winning? How many games y'all winning?
I haven't looked at the schedule, but I wouldn't be surprised. We will have a better record than y'all this year.
I doubt it. I doubt that.
We'll
Okay.
have a better record than y'all this
We gotta
year.
put a bet on that one.
You know,
You need to
first
bet
of
your
all,
wife something. Bet your wife something.
shout out to my pops. Love you,
What's
Pops.
up, Mr.
And,
Ruben? What's happening?
I agree. If you want to send Dak to us, we will take him. That being said, y'all, I think we need to have an intervention. I'm a little concerned that Jake doesn't have enough money to pay for his light bills. This is becoming quite unacceptable. Actually, this is like a fourth.
He's trying to save some money.
Look,
I'm
people
the
are turning
boogeyman,
into our
Omar.
show, and they're like, "Who is this floating head in Screen 3?" Like, I don't understand. Why do you not have lights, son? This doesn't make any sense.
Omar, this is my persona. After Kendrick Lamar's win, I've become the boogeyman as well.
The boogeyman.
Well, you better go get your boy Drake, because I heard he dropped 100 gigs.
Remember the Undertaker, Omar, with his
Right.
hat?
Rest in peace, buddy. Let's go.
All right, so real quick, let's look at. Hey, so a subject near and dear to Jake's heart. Russell Wilson has been injured with a calf injury. Justin Fields has been taking a lot of first-team snaps and looking pretty good out there. For some reason, Russell Wilson got injured on a sled push drill. Huh? I don't know why you would have that quarterback on a sled push drill. But anyway, the question is, could Russell Wilson, before the season even starts, end up losing his starting job to Justin Fields? What do you think?
I'll go first. Hey, man, for me, I think that Mike Tomlin, the Steelers organization, made one of the most strategic moves that anybody could make. They went and picked up Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was not a bad quarterback. He was just in a bad system. Sean Payton, listen, let me finish. Sean Payton is like a dictator, and he tries to overstep his boundaries. I think Mike Tomlin, you got to look at the Steelers' history. They've only had 3 coaches in their organization's history. They had Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and they have Mike Tomlin. 17 seasons, never had a losing season. He's always played above 500 football.
And he won't have a
running with that one.
I don't think he'll have a losing season this year, no. But I think he made a strategic move, and I think that even though Russell Wilson's hurt, you bring in a young gun like Justin Fields, and I think that Justin Fields, either one can start, but they can blossom under a head coach like that, who's personable, who cares about people for them more than them just being an athlete.
But does Russell Wilson lose his job before the season starts, you think?
He ain't gonna start. Russell Wilson not starting.
No? Wow.
Yeah.
So then it's a strategic move to be a backup quarterback. That's a strategic move that Mike Tomlin pulled.
He's hurt right now, but Mike Tomlin pulled 2 decent quarterbacks. 2.
I'm not hearing what's his name. I'm not hearing Justin Fields. He hasn't even made a name for himself yet.
I don't know. People are talking about him in camp. He looks pretty good.
He looks good.
Everybody looks good in camp when you can't touch him. Absolutely.
What do you think, Omar? Could Russell Wilson lose his job before the season even starts?
If he doesn't get healthy, he definitely will. But if he gets healthy, he's going to start the season.
Okay.
Will he stay the quarterback? No. It's going to be off and on. I do agree with Dan. A very shrewd maneuver by Mike Tomlin to pick up 2 quarterbacks that he can at least play and hope that one of them hits. Will they? Probably not. They probably both won't. But at least it was smart enough, because who was he playing last season? Mason Rudolph? Who was the other guy? I don't even remember who the other dude was. At least Kenny Pickett. That was it. At least he tried to upgrade. Whether or not that's going to turn out to be an upgrade, I doubt it. I think both of them. I think obviously Justin Fields still has his whole career ahead of him, but I think Russell Wilson has been on the downswing for a while. But yeah, they're going to give Russell Wilson a chance to start if he is healthy, but then he'll get benched after a few weeks.
Okay, so you think Justin eventually becomes the starter?
And then they'll just go back and forth, or Russell Wilson will get up and quit. He's getting paid $39 million by the dumb Broncos. Why would he care? He don't care. He don't care. The Broncos are paying him. He can do whatever he wants. He can go home and lay up with his wife all day, Sierra. Yeah.
Right, and let the Broncos pay for it. Hey, so here's what I think, and I saw this on one of the shows. I think it was Coach Mangini, since Jake was talking about him. He was saying that he thinks that they should play both of them. That they should have a package and for Russell Wilson and a package for Justin Fields. And
well,
if
That's
Justin
never
Fields
worked
gets hot, let
ever.
him stay in. If Russell Wilson gets hot, let him stay in and just go back and forth and have that as you're not necessarily giving the starting job to one or the other. You're just, this is how you're going to play this year. You play
I wouldn't go that far to go back and forth. But if you're telling me that one of them is going to be a starter and then you have a package of plays every game for the other one, I would.
When has that ever worked? When has that ever worked, guys? In the
I don't know.
NFL?
Remember long ago when there was Slash,
Never said it did.
Cordell Stewart as Slash, he did great at that. Coming in
With Neil O'Donnell.
Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, him and Neil O'Donnell.
Yeah, that was great.
That's going to be a damn near mutiny. Here's my point, and this is the final point. Look, I'm looking at their schedule right now, guys.
I was also
They got
the Steelers.
the Falcons. They got the Falcons week 1. They're losing that. They got the Broncos. You know Sean Payton's whooping his ass. They have the Chargers. And then the Colts. Their first wins against the Cowboys by week 5. They'll be 1-4 by then.
First one against the Cowboys.
By 1-4, we'll already see Justin Fields starting. Sorry, guys. I hate to say it, Russ.
Smoke weed every
Sit down,
day.
man.
That was your guy, man. When you came over there, you're like, Super Bowl goals.
Right,
man,
right.
Super Bowl goals."
What a traitor. What a damn.
Throw it.
There's
his
only been one
quarterback
guy
under
I've
the
been covered
bus.
with. It's my boy Sean Payton, bro. Sean Payton, man.
What a dirtbag the way he.
I can't wait till Sean Payton
What
gets
a
fired after
dirtbag,
never
Sean
having a 10-win season.
I lost a lot of
can't wait.
respect.
He outlasts
I can't
Antonio
wait.
Pierce, no doubt in my
A
mind.
lot of respect for him. The way he talked,
Antonio Pierce, no
the
doubt
way
in
he
my mind.
down,
Sorry,
the way he
Omar.
talked down to the last coach, the way he treated Russ, he lost my respect. The way he treated Russ.
Paid players.
treated him bad.
Hey,
Didn't even give him a chance. He wasn't
going
gonna give him a
when he
chance.
beat your Patrick
He
Mahomes
wasn't
in the
gonna
playoffs
give him a
this year
chance.
and stops him from winning a three-peat.
Okay. Well, you're lucky if you get over 500, Jake. I'm saying that right now. You're lucky if you get over 500.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I agree. They're not getting over 500. They're not.
You're
getting
crazy.
over
You
I'm
think
saying
that.
they get lucky if they get over 500. That's
They're
what I'm
not.
saying.
They're definitely not. I can guarantee that. I'll put money on that. I'll put money that they don't go above 500.
Raiders.
You want to put some money on that? You want to put
Raiders,
some money on that, big boy? Put that
Raiders.
money where that mouth is, big boy. Put that money where that mouth
Yeah.
is.
I know they'll have a better record than the Raiders.
You like to do this with your mouth a lot. You like to do a lot of this with your mouth.
Hey,
Why don't you
Professor,
put your money where your mouth
Let's
is?
put
He can't
50
put a
there.
bet. He can't bet anything.
I'll
He
put
can't even
50
turn
on
the
it.
lights. He can't even get the lights on.
I mean, I know I shouldn't be taking his money. He gonna have to spend more overtime in the warehouse throwing Frito Lays and baconettes around. I don't want to have to make
I'm the
more.
boogeyman.
He's the.
Come on, man.
All right, guys. So, any final thoughts as we try to wrap this up, man?
Ready for that draft, man. Ready for the
Ready for the
draft.
draft?
We need fantasy leagues and, man, get this football season rolling, man.
No.
Is it gonna be like last year's?
What's that?
What is it going to be like? Is it like last year's? What are you using?
What?
Are you using ESPN?
Yeah, I switched to ESPN, and no defensive players, defense special teams,
All right.
one quarterback, one flex, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. More or less traditional football.
Hey, y'all.
I tweaked the points a little.
Couple announcements to make. I
Okay,
need
go
y'all
ahead.
to go ahead and subscribe to @Ball and Buds tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. You will have your boy Omar the Professor Fonseca with his Mind of the Professor number 3. It is back. I will be talking Paris Olympics. I'll be talking all of the Olympic controversy. I'll also be talking the Donald Trump assassination attempt, and I'll also be talking about Kamala replacing Joe Biden. So make sure you all check that out as well. Thursday night, we have our Combat Sports special. Clubber D the
I
Combat
think that
G
might have been a downgrade.
Clubber D the Combat G will be hosting 86 Boxing as we have a Combat Sports special boxing edition Thursday night on Ball and Buds, also at 8 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for both of those shows the rest of the week. And I thank you.
All right, any final words, Jake?
Hey, man, keep watching. We're getting closer. Hey, we need the division picks here soon. I want to see everybody's record, all that. I don't want anybody running from the smoke this year. Can't wait to laugh in your face.
You ran from all the smoke. What are you talking about?
I was the one that had the most right last year. I still got my proof.
Well, except your Super Bowl picks.
Well, that doesn't count. Whatever.
Omar, stop,
That
bro.
doesn't count. That's the most important one. All right, we'll do division picks here in a week or two. We'll put it out. Do our division picks for all the. I'll probably do NFC first, and then the next week we'll do the AFC or something.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Hey guys,
let's go.
we're only 4 weeks away
I
from
know,
the
it's
NFL
crazy.
coming back.
It's crazy. What do you think,
Close.
Ken? Any final words for the people?
Let's go.
Let's go. We'll see you next time on the Bottom Line Sports. Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah.
See you next time. Let's go.
Boogeyman out.